into it.
Do a whole Frasier episode on Thorin.
Yes, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad way to start either.
So where's your money on this one?
It's tough, right? On the one hand, we have German team playing on LAN. On the other hand, we have ESC, famously, known for being pretty good on Mirage. I'm gonna have to go with the Polish team on this one.
Well, their brand does lay claim to briefly housing the Golden 5 at one point as well. So there's legacy in the ESC brand.
And they have some stuff going on for them. I mean, Rallen, who's supposed to be one of the stars of this team, actually played horrendously earlier in the day, so I hope they're going to be able to step it up from there. But we are now getting live, so welcome to the show. It's Planetkey and ESC, and this is the losers match. If you lose this one, you're out. You won't get to play an IP, you'll be out of the tournament.
Alexa and now on board with Struts, who will get himself frag number 1. Return favoured by Manice there, and ESC are coming back at them with a second. Rallen gets himself that frag, and we're down to just a 4 versus 3 as the Planetkey side look to reclaim as they dart over towards that A site where there are 3-4 players diving in. Bomb about to go down now. Manice has been picked off by the headshot there, and nicely doubly done as Trouble gets in on the action as well. We're down to just Rallen, 1 versus 3, and this all fell out of hand for ESC pretty quickly, and Rallen's position given away, and he wants to debate about resetting or pulling out. He comes in and comes back, gets himself the frag onto Stavi, and has Trouble to his right, jumps around the corner, gets himself the first frag onto next. Lovely, or brilliantly done, but in the end, too little too late for him.
Well, extra points for cinematic effects as he jumps over and gets that headshot. That was pretty impressive, but it doesn't change the outcome. I mean, it would have been a tough 1-on-3 for him to clutch anyway. Great adaptation from Planetkey, as they did lose a couple of players early on in that push, or lost 1 towards the center of the map. So it could have been a lot better for ESC, but in the end, this is how it plans out. ESC did not get the bomb plant. They have actually gone for armor and a lot of smoke grenades, and almost an uncanny amount of smoke grenades here. So I think the overall goal here is at least to get the bomb down, and if Planetkey Dynamics make the wrong move here, if they end up trying to push through the smoke, could definitely take them down as well.
Here we go. It's that Thanos power going straight down there, and ESC lose 3 men before they can even rattle any shots back themselves. And it'll be Alex who claims the last one. A little low health around there, but as Manice goes down, it leaves Innocent in a 1v5. And, well, no trouble for the Germans.
No, I mean, unfortunately for ESC, what happened there is they put the smokes down that's supposed to be, the smoke that's supposed to go down for the plant. But then where Alex R came out, there was no smoke covering him at all. There should have been a smoke there as well. There's one up on the actual staircase, and then you have to put one down there as well. Otherwise, he can just walk in with the FAMAS like we saw. So pretty unfortunate, but that's how it works out. Now we're going to go into the 3rd round, and mostly an equal round on ESC. I think Rallen's picked up a CZ-75, but it's Glocks for the rest of it. So not too exciting. Planetkey off to a really good start here on this map.
Yeah, they're certainly banishing the ghosts of their NIP performance, which well, maybe expected, maybe have some disappointments about themselves, but we move on now to the first buy round, and a big opportunity now for ESC to get themselves on the board.
Yes, and I mean, it seemed a little bit one-sided so far, but it's also, if you look at the scoreboard here, it's Rallen with 3 kills, it's Manice with 1, and then it's 0, 0, and 0 for Innocent, 0, and Mouse. So, they have a lot of players that haven't even been put to play yet. So I think now that they have rifles, we're going to have to see if they can do a little bit better. Again, lots of smokes and AKs all around. There is an AWP player on Structsy currently, so we'll see if that's going to make a difference for the CT side. And actually, Planetkey are going to go for a pretty aggressive mid-hole here. Just grenading top of mid and pushing up as well behind it. Great flashbang comes out. And we'll see. They're going to try and see if they can make a run for it here. Star Wars going to get the first kill on Mouse, and that's a good start once again for Planetkey, as ESC is going to be a man down.
Yeah, nice play. They pushed out, got a lot of information, and then just got out without losing a man. It can be half the battle is just getting out of that situation where you've extended your defense up that far. And now Alex R will just hold back, and ESC caught a little bit by surprise, decided to hold off before going forward, wondering where the CT side will have retreated to, whether they're around any unforeseen corners. But Stavros will continue to nade over from the back of the site. He's going to fire on across. It'll be first frag, second frag coming in from ESC. Rallen dispatches of Troubling, and now that B site under siege from the then 3 T players, but we're returning to a 2 versus 2 as they do get that bomb down, and now conundrum for Planetkey.
Good defense so far. Manice is going to take the kill, and Struxy, he does get the shot off on Zero, but it's still a 1-on-2 here, and they should play it safe. They should try and hide and not show themselves, and there's almost nothing that Struxy could do at this point. He's going to take the first kill here. They keep challenging him. It's actually a big mistake on ESC's part. They might win the round anyway, because there's almost no time left, and Struxy's going to charge in, picks up an M4, but time has run out here. He can't actually do anything any longer, and Rallen's going to take that kill. They lost a lot more members than they maybe needed to, but ESC win the round, and I want to give a little bit of credit here to Zero, because what actually happened that round is ESC put 3 people in through catwalk, and all of them were gunning for the Planetkey member that was all the way back by benches, and the one guy that was Zero coming out of the apartments, for him to actually have the presence of mind to clear the right corner when he comes in instead of looking down towards benches, keep it really hard. You can bet you all 3 members from his team would have been calling to him at that point. There's a guy down there and he's reloading, you got to get him before anything else happens. So if he didn't check that corner, he'd go down, and all of a sudden they could lose the round very quickly. So well played on his part, very, very thorough play.
ESC have themselves on the board, and now have something to build from. As soon as we say that, though, commentators curse. Troubler dispatched to the man of the last round. ESC, though, return for the favor with 3 of their own. And it's just Stavros and Next left standing for Planetkey as they try to make their way over. Opening the shot, Stavros goes down, but Next is going to get himself that frag on to Innocent before retreating with just 10 points of health. Will do well to get out alive. And doesn't.
It's also a touchdown grenade right there at the end. I think it might as well have been a landmine, so close it was. So. Excellent coming into this here for ESC. This is a CT-sided map. If the Polish team can get up to around 6 rounds, they're going to be pretty happy with that result, and they're already a third of the way there, so that's not too bad. Even better still, though, is the fact that they have actually forced Planetkey Dynamics to eco, so things are looking a lot better right now, and it's already shaping up to be having a pretty interesting match right here. You got to wonder what Planetkey are going to do, maybe not so much in this round, but in the upcoming rounds. They did try for some mid-control earlier, but there's lots of ways you can push aggressively on the CT side of this map. We did see them do it with pistols here, but they can do it with rifles as well.
Well, everything about that round where they pushed mid worked perfectly for them until they got pushed back. And ESC return the favor and should clean this eco out quite nicely. With the CZs, you never know what's waiting for you around the corner. And Next proves that point quite poignantly as Stavros is now the last man up against 4. As he has one waiting for him. That'll be Manice who gets it. And ESC have 3 in a row.
It's a good job on their part. They also survived that round with 4 members alive, so at this point they could still buy even if they lose a round, and that is pretty important. 2 Molotovs picked up as well. Decent tools to work with on a map like this one. More effective on some spots than other. The D-bombs has a little bit closer, so maybe you can wall up more of it like that. You can also do, if you want to take, you do grenade take, you can actually firebomb the shadow area that's underneath the balcony going out of apartments. You can drop some pretty good Molotovs down there, but we'll have to find out here as ESC have actually let the bomb stay all the way in T-spawn, so a very clear indication. They're just looking for pickoffs right now. They just want an entry frag, and then they'll make up their minds about where they want to go, depending on where on the map they get the frag. That's a very common way to play on the terrorist side here.
Sit patiently. No one from Planetkey has fed into that plan yet, though. Shown nothing, given nothing. And now that bomb is collected and will meander its way through T-spawn. ESC been able to push Rallen up. He's seen very little, but the bomb showing signs that it might go the way into A. And it'll be Manice to lead the push. Innocent will try to make up. The key part here is for Manice to get all the way out at the same time that Innocent gets onto the top of balcony. As he goes through now, he's pushed back by that Molotov, which is going to force the agenda, followed up by the flash. They're all for the taking there, and Planetkey do get the first, but can they dispatch of more? Oh yes, they can. It'll be Alex to get the first. Troubler follows up with the next. And only 1 return from ESC against 4 men left. And that will be a round on the board for Planetkey.
Great read by the German team. They ended up having more or less 3 people in that bomb site by the time that ESC showed up, so they just read the situation really well. I think they had maybe a couple of people who heard them running back from the B hallways, and they took a guess. They thought there was going to be an A push, and they were exactly right. So nicely handled on their part. Now ESC, I said they could buy, but obviously it wasn't as impressive as I thought here, because we're talking 1 AWP, 2 AKs, and then some C-75s. So they're actually under a little bit of pressure here. If they lose this round, obviously going to be ecoing. And same's pretty true for Planetkey. They can't have that much money either. So it's a pretty tense round here in the first half. This is going to decide a lot about who has a good chance going into second half.
Hey, talk to us about this buy from ESC before they kick off in earnest.
Well, I think at this point it's all right. I think it's fair enough for them to go for it because I think they know what Planetkey's situation is. So if Planetkey had already won a bunch of rounds, they had a lot of money. I'm not sure ESC would have gone for it, but because they know that one win here is going to net them 2 rounds, actually give them the round lead. I think it's a fair investment at this point. Now they're actually going to go up short here, and you can see Nex is covering the hallways, and he's got 2 people here. So once again, the German team has a really good read. That's a nice entry. Zero with the headshot raining in from the AWP. Nex has fallen next, and back at bomb site, it's Chopley waiting. The only one left in this bomb site for Planetkey. He gets up the first kill here on Innocent, gets another one, and runs out of bullets for the 3rd kill. If that had been an M4A4 through it, that would have been the 3rd kill right there.
Beautiful play from him. That was his moment here, but now it's on Alex R to finish off and claim that 3-fer, or to claim that AWP and get out of there. He doesn't want to risk it, and yeah, see, we'll pick up round number 4, and we'll stop Alex getting away with that AWP. So very handily done, and a big opportunity. The gamble that you talked about worked and paid off.
Yeah, I mean, in spite of that excellent read, I'm surprised that worked so well, because Planetkey had, normally you'd have at most 2 people, sometimes you even have just 1 person, and the other one who's covering the B-bomb is actually covering all the way out from catwalk all the way into the middle of the map almost. So the fact there was 3 people there for Planetkey meant they should have been able to do that. Now they're going to go for the classic A take here, and actually look at Planetkey. They do have a stack going on here. This could actually be dangerous for ESC.
Wade on the ESC side, who have maturity beyond their years. They're giving nothing away before they get the first pick, and it'll be Minais that goes down courtesy. Sorry, it'll be Trolley that goes down courtesy of Minais, and Innocent now will come in to join the party as he has the first frag taken off his toes, but gets that second, and only Stavros able to pick himself up a frag and a second, but in the end, well done from the inserting T's.
A hugely confusing round, but we did catch a glimpse of ESC using those Molotovs to actually firebomb the shadow area, which is, it's a very standard thing to do. It's very cool to see anyway, because it's become a main staple of playing, for instance, Inferno, that you actually use Molotovs to clear parts of the map, and it seems like a lot of teams are really slow to adapt the strategy on every other map, because there's no map that doesn't feature corners where a CT might be hiding. So if you're on the terrorist side, you can actually just start doing it. More and more teams are trying to do it. This one has been used for a very long time, but I think actually that it's one of the areas in which Counter-Strike can evolve quite a lot, is just learning more places to check with. Now it's going to be Minais opening up onto Alex R and instantly falls back. He almost died from that one. There's still a really good pick-off, giving ESC potentially a bit of a lead here.
Marlon sits in mid and has strokes the closest man to him. See whether that Molotov will smoke him out as he push them away, but those nades haven't led to any form of entry yet, and indeed the entry is coming elsewhere. It will be from Zero going over towards the B site. Did he catch a glimpse? I think he did. He suddenly boomed in, but now he'll hold back, and Nex will live to fight another day, and he will be seeing a lot of action coming his way. Zero gets himself the first frag on the server, but will be in trouble now as he's got 3 guns trained at him, and Struggs will go down, and that'll be ESC picking themselves up another round, and they're really starting to build up some momentum now.
Doing a fine job, aren't they? 12, 1 and 5 currently for Minais, who is the guy that you alerted to earlier, who was standing in for Virtus Pro at the Fragmite Masters LAN. He did really well, and this time he seems to be set on course to carry his team to a bit of a victory here. I said 6 rounds good enough for the first time. Right now they're at 6, and Planetkey are ecoing, and we're only sort of entering the last third of this first half here. So things are looking really good for the Polish team, and they're just getting some entry frags right now that are hard to miss. That shot even hit Alex R as well, and things are really looking good for them.
What would you change for the Planetkey side on their CT defense?
I would really want them to try and go aggressive. They did in the middle, and as you pointed out, that actually worked pretty well. B-bomb side is a little bit harder to go aggressive on, is a bigger risk, but A apartments, especially if you put 2 people up there, or A ramp. And the really, really great thing about pushing aggressively in the A ramp is you can actually smoke over that arch that covers the ramp and just push out right afterwards. I think pushing aggressively is a very, very good idea, because right now ESC are proving round after round that as long as they play it slowly and safely and defensively, they're going to get the entry frag and then roll on from there. So yeah, I think aggressive pushing is something that is a good tool. Also because if they push middle, and even if they don't catch anybody, same is true for ramp or apartments, you get so much information about what's going on in the rest of the map. So it's a good option right here for them.
Strengths on that Planetkey side as well. Troubly, we saw him almost get that hat-trick earlier on, but against NAP he picked up 4 and saved around for them. He's got the ability to clutch. Let's see whether he can do anything about it. Rylan comes a long way over towards middle and has absolutely no challenge. There's not a nade there for him, there's not a CT peeking, there's nothing pushing Raleigh or any of the other ESC players back, and the price was paid by Alexar in the end.
But look at this now. Planetkey are actually putting a couple of people at A, and they can do this because Stavros is pushed up aggressively at the B apartments. Now he's about to catch a lot of action, and luckily for him he has the M4A4, so maybe, you know, the extra bullets is going to make the difference, because he's sure as hell going to need them right now.
Action coming his way as 3 of the ESC players are going to come charging around the corner. It'll be Innocent first, and Stavros gets that first frag, gets the second. He's got 15 bullets left to finish off the job, but in the end will go no further. But he has reinforcements in the shape of Nex, and Planetkey get themselves around back on the board in crucial positioning, and it's exactly as you called it. Get a little bit of map intel, and then you can go from there.
That worked really well. It is important that he got those first 2 kills, and you know, he couldn't get the last one, but at that point he had stayed alive for long enough that his team was obviously going to be in place. If they had gone for the A-bomb site, then they would have had 3 people waiting, and that would also have been a result of that aggressive play. So really good stuff, and they do need to win every single round. They need to win the next 3 as well and make this 8-7. They really can't afford to lose any more rounds here on the Planetkey side, and this time Struxy's kind of here in the middle, but it's still a more passive hold than I would have liked. That doesn't mean it's going to fail, but I just still think it's dangerous, because ESC have proven really good at getting some entries.
Up on balcony, Nex is waiting for incoming. It's going to be Minaj going straight in towards A, but doesn't happen, as now you spy how much flashing as Planetkey have 3 big frags on the board, and Roland's the one putting up the resistance, turns around, Stavros picks him off, and that was a vital frag there, because Roland was building up some momentum and got a long way in towards that A site, and now leaves Innocent alone. The bomb downed over at A as well, crucially, and Innocent to have to do something special.
And the one thing for Innocent is he can actually have 3 1-on-3 fights here, or 3 1-on-1 fights, and he's starting up there, taking down Strux. He's got to realize that someone's backstabbing him, and he might not be able to realize until it's too late. He's in the bomb site here and just making a lot of noise. He don't think he spotted the gun barrel. He's going to go for the plant, and that's going to be the end of it. So Nex in a really good position. So a little bit of a scary round. I mean, Alex I had such a good start. And I think ESC, they made some noise in the beginning of this round over at the B-bomb site, and I think they had convinced themselves that probably the A defense was going to be weaker. As a result, it just wasn't. So that was actually just it was a bit of a gamble on their part, and it didn't work out this time. They had no one rotated of A.
You're watching Planetkey versus ESC for the right to face NIP and the last chance saloon in this group. LDLC have qualified, beating NIP in an enthralling game, and ESC want that battle as they get Roland straight down mid, gets himself the frag onto Stavros, and he will push over now towards Catwalk as he leads over towards Nex's territory, who will go down. And return the favor was by Struggs as Manize comes in, and we go frag for frag. We're 4-on-2 though in favor of the Poles, and
look at the timing here for Innocent.
Zar comes around from the back and gets himself that kill. And they're not going to give this away easily. Manize down to 6 points of health. Troubly and Alexar both get themselves the frag. It's 1 versus 1. Does Troubly have it in his locker? As he has just 51 points of health to make that happen as well, but ESC will bait him out.
Troubly walking in. All he has to do is wait. It's on Mouse to try and get this plant in, and he's not even going to fake it. He's going to hold it down altogether. And as you realize where Shotley is, he gets the kill as well. Very nicely handled there. Down to 11 health, but scary if he's looking the wrong way for just another second. He's going to be instantly gone. Now, ESC probably should have lost that round at the end, but as long as Innocent was still alive in the middle, he was right in the middle, whereas they were in a 2-on-4. He should have been able to backstab as the bomb went down. It looked like a perfect position. The fact that they almost threw that round away is actually a little bit shocking, but they make it out, and Planetkey are in an awful position. It's obviously the 15th round. They're going to be buying whatever they can, which is actually not that much.
Two Thamuses, a CZ. Whatever they could muster goes up against Minais, who gets himself the frag onto Alexar. Next one will be Strokes as he pushes straight into an incoming key assault, which goes nowhere. Troubley gets himself 2 on the board, and so long as he's alive, which he no longer is, he can do damage. And Stavros will come into a bomb site that has now been activated. And he'll be held back by that Molotov. It's 3-on-2 in favor of the T side, who have a just a beautifully lined up frag there for next, but he'll go no further. Miles gets it, and now Stavros can go no more, and it'll be 9-6 at halftime, and ESC will be brimming with confidence.
As they should be, because this score was supposed to be reversed. It was supposed to have been Planetkey winning 9 rounds in the CT side. It's making it really hard here for the German team. It's not unwinnable, but it's definitely a deep hole that they've ended up in. ESC just having a really good streak somewhere in the middle of the game, where they ended up winning 4 rounds in a row. Before that, they won 3 in a row. So the fact that it also worked out like this, the longest streak that Planetkey had was 3 rounds after winning the pistol, which is, good. Then they had 2 rounds somewhere in there. It's not enough. When you're on the CT side especially, not clustering those rounds means you're just going to have such a bad economy, and that obviously heavily impacted the first half here. I still think they had the best results when they pushed aggressively. They had that 1 round in the middle. They had the round where I think Stavros pushed up, or Struxy pushed up aggressively in the B apartments. I think they could do a lot more of that, and I hope that ESC are going to show us exactly why that's such a good idea, because like we said, they are kind of well known for being experts on this particular map.
Who impressed you the most in the of the 2 sides?
Well, obviously Minais had a really good showing. He had 15 kills at the end, top fragging in the game. So that's great, but he was also playing well earlier today. So actually, I'm just really excited to see that Rowland came back and played really well, because he had, like I said earlier, he had a horrible showing earlier in the day. I think at one point he was 0-0-11 or something. He had like a really horrible game.
Just pressure got to him?
Yeah, and that's only human, but when you want to become, a professional player, you have to be able to step away from the game, stand up, go out, get some fresh air, come back in and play much better, which is very hard. It sounds incredibly easy, but obviously once you're in it, it's very different. So that's really cool. Rowling coming back into it. What's nice about Planetkey, and this actually does make a difference, nobody was really sort of lagging far behind. They actually all did pretty well. Shotley at 13, but the lowest on the team was 2 people at 8 kills each. So that's Innocent and Alexar next with 8 kills. But that's not such a big difference. So Planetkey working well as a team. They just, I think, played too passively.
Well, we're going to switch it up and see whether ESC can defend and extend this 3-round lead that they have currently, and let's take us away for the pistol round.
We've got Planetkey obviously setting up for an A push going into this one. They've got 2 people up in the apartments and a bunch of smokes to make this work with, and some HC grenades, which I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try and simply grenade out Mouse, who's over at the CT spawn. First grenades raining in. That's a very nice one, just bouncing right over there on the top of the stairwell, and now the game is on here. They got the bomb with them, and Rowland is hiding inside here with the C-set 75. Alexar gets the opening kill, and Rowland's almost out of... Oh, he's going to try a knife. He wanted to grenade. He had all the weapons. He got none of the kills, and it's going to be Zero finally taking down Stavros. The bomb goes down, and it's a 3-on-3, and it isn't over yet. It seems like once this avalanche got started, it's not going to stop. They just keep on coming, and ESC, they want to see if they can retake this, and it's going to be sooner rather than later, because otherwise they're going to run out of time, and it won't happen. Innocent goes down. Shotley with a good kill at the end. Struxy picking up a double, and a very convincing take from Planetkey. Yeah,
just what the doctor ordered for Planetkey. They'll get that pistol round, and we'll look to convert that up to tie the game out. And well, it was even Stevens. They pushed in and got the plant real quick. From that moment on, it was just frag for frag. They reset for about a 5-second pause, where it was 3-on-3, and then just went straight at them and cleaned out that remaining.
And it's not often we get to say this. So I know there's a Valorant developer somewhere that's going to be smugly smiling and excited about this. But actually, that's one of the cases where the C-set 75 turned out to be a huge detriment to Rowland. Because if he had any other gun almost, he would have definitely been able to pick up 2 kills then, because they didn't spot him so early on. So that really backfired on him. Then that hilarious moment where he pulls out the grenade and then the knife and then ends up dying is obviously great to have on tape, but
then he just holds his hands up.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Not that many weapons left in his arsenal. Maybe punching him would have been the final option.
First frag has gone the way of Planetkey, who have dispatched of Minais, and that's been leveled up with a hell of a hit there onto Stavros from Zero. What a shot! As we'll see what ESC can do there. Now the Scout is sometimes a curse to carry, but if you can hit it like that, then why not?
Yeah. Planetkey are playing this round slowly, which I always worry about, because if you're slow playing against Scouts, you can end up having just a bunch of people who are all at 30 health because everyone's been body shot. So the fact that they're grouping up now and are going to make it a rush, I think it's a much better idea, but they are going to rush into the bomb site where 3 people are holding, and that could be an issue here. Alexander will open up with a kill on Mouse. Innocent almost takes down Alexander. He's on 2 health left. Now it's just the Scouts playing into it. No bomb plant yet. They're going to kill one of them. Zero, not with much of a chance here. The bomb's obviously going to go down. Okay, he didn't need I thought for a moment he had a double shot then, but that wasn't the case. Next didn't get tagged there, but if you look at the health here, I mean, 3 of the members on less than 30 health at the end of that round. Alexar
picking himself up a hat-trick in that last round, though, and now we'll see that jumping shot from Zero. Absolutely spectacular, taking out Stavros. And in the end, it was all for naught, but he got his moment of fame, and now Planetkey have pulled us back to a 1-round game, and that's the type of momentum they'll need to be building, and in some volume as well, as they quickly rush towards the B-site. Zero is waiting for them and spies the nades coming before they're quickly followed up by the German onslaught that pushes in. Troubley gets himself the frag onto Zero. It's returned by Minais as he gets Troubley, and now Xara is going to try and put that bomb down ASAP before any more reinforcements can make their way in. But we still trade frag for frag before Alexar and Stavros do get themselves 2 in a row, and now it's just Mouse 1 versus 3, to which he will stand up to the challenge, getting himself the first, moving in for Stavros and going no more. And it'll be 9-9-3 all, and we're 3-0 in this second half, and we're all tied up.
Yes, excellent mask, and a little bit scary as well. You know, the last thing you want to find in your apartment is you come home late one evening.
That's a hell of a view to just cut to from the camera.
I want to play a little game. No, let's not go there. Let's instead go into the 19th round, actually. ESC trying to defend a bomb site. It's going to be this is really fast for Planetkey. They run and gun, get the first kill there on next, and Rallen's going to be out of bullets, trying to reload, trying to dodge on the ladder, using everything he can. It actually kind of works as well. Stavros is finally going to take him down, but the rest of his team is doing great work, as next is going to be the only one left here. Innocent sprays him down. That's a quad kill for Innocent, and that's 10-9. And the way that Rallen, that ladder, if you go up and down really quick, and obviously you could do it if you strafe into the ladder and use the sort of the source dynamics, going all the way back to Half-Life, like all Half-Life engines had this key. Actually 1.6 is much worse. Obviously the way people could air control as well made ladders really incredible. Sometimes you miss it, but at the same time now it would be ridiculous. But you can actually make it really hard to hit someone doing that. So he knows he's probably dying, he's reloading, can't do anything about it, but he can stay alive for much longer, and that made a difference as well.
Well, 4 rounds into this T-side from Planetkey, and finally they've taken one a little bit slower. The previous ones have just charged in, grabbed the bomb site and held on for dear life, which was working up until that last round. Finally, they've played a touch more passive, looking for a little bit of information. They've held that bomb back, but have spied nothing of the ESC side just yet.
They still want to make that boost work in the middle, but I mean, to finally get in there, they put the smoke up as well to cover themselves. And Innocent, I don't think, is realized yet.
He sees nothing. He is innocent.
Innocent of what's about to happen. If he turns his back, he's making a little bit of noise as well. This is a very strong position, especially with an A push coming out. Stavros could win this whole round just by being here and having just the right timing.
Here comes Planetkey, troubling to lead the assault for them. Firing across is Innocent now, but he does have players right behind him. Next will get himself that first frag, and Mouse goes down. Planetkey with an opportunity. Stavros does dispatch of Innocent. And the inevitability comes around. Innocent did get one of his own, but we're running out of ESC players. But those that are alive to the sound of fragging. As they pull us back to 1-on-2. Minai's nades over, has still the arsenal to pull this one back, but a 1-on-2 after pop with the defending T's split. He's going to have to chase them out, and as he does so, well, doesn't get past the first hurdle. And Planetkey have themselves another one. We tie back up at 10-10.
Kind of an interesting idea for Minais in that retake. You know, he puts up the smoke onto the bomb like he was going to go and ninja defuse it. I think he was partly hoping that they would go and peek and make sure he wasn't doing that, but then he was also making a lot of noise over at ramp, so I don't think it was really going to work. It's not a bad way to take it. I think if he had actually just walked at that point, like, you know, it's hard to do with the bomb ticking and right behind you, but if you played a little bit more cool, could have maybe been an opening here. Now, we're tied again. It seems like they're just keeping up here in the second half all the time. So 10-10, Struxy's going to open up, but not. Oh, Rallen will take him down. That C-set 75 at close range. Mouse with a kill as well, but he can't make it out of there. So still should be a pretty easy round from here on out from Planetkey, as they just going to be left with Minais to deal with here.
Planetkey will be able to take the lead with this one, and makes for a potentially very engaging finish as we go round for round, and Planetkey now take the lead. ESC would have been expecting for a slightly easier CT side given the lead they walked into, but actually have taken but one round in the second half.
That's exactly where we're at here. So now they really need to make some tough choices, and one of them is whether or not to buy in this round. And buying here means they're going to delay an eventual AWP for a very long time, and on the CT side that actually makes a big difference. Zero's Max 7 here is not a joke at all. It's a very powerful weapon, both on A and B. I'm glad that he went to B with it, because this is such a fun position to see it in, over by the truck. I think I would still like them to have seen them saved around and then gone for the AWP, maybe even an Auto Sniper to start off with as well. That's a good weapon on the APOM side.
Nade comes right onto the top of Stavros there, as Innocent will peek out from that sniper's nest, as that he has reinforcements come from ladder, and the first frag will be onto Minais. Planetkey look to continue their good momentum. They retreat back. This has been the first time when they've just tried to read their opponent and actually have got that opening pick. As a result, it's going to be a B push, and they feel like there's an opportunity there for them.
The problem for Zero here is this is a great position if they were just coming out of apartments, but because the fact they're coming from middle or from catwalk as well means now he's in a horrible position, almost unwinnable. They know exactly where he is right now, and they're all just charging down on him. His teammates have been smoked off as well. He's very much alone, and he is going to go down. Innocent trying to spray through. We'll pick up the kill here on next. Still might not be enough. The bomb is definitely going to go down, and ESC is facing a hard retake. Oh, but that's a great follow-up kill. That headshot on Strux as he picks up that one, making it a triple for himself. He's finally going to go down, and now we have a 2-on-2. Stavros in the corner, sprays, and then that's going to be it. Trobley picks up the following kill. They try to almost lemming their way through that window, and for anyone who's ever played Lemmings, you know what happens.
So when are they going to bring back Lemmings?
Like an updated version?
Yeah. So, interesting there, Innocent gets himself this 3 frag, pulls it all the way back to a 3-on-3, and the problem is that from this point on, the moment he gets his kill, they don't know what to do. He doesn't know whether to go. The remaining 2 players, as you say, just lemming through one by one through the window, and the kind of situation panics them out of it. And now we'll see whether they're paying the price here, because they're 2 rounds down. Innocent does get himself that next frag, but it was Nex who was the bait over at B. The B attack has been a little slow in coming, and Zero gets himself 2 headshots. He's saying, just come at me, boys. I'll take you. And we're in a 2-on-4 with a bomb eventually to go down. This split just hasn't worked. And there is another frag coming in. They may just win this one out through superior weapons, but it's not all. It's not a given.
Struxy putting down the bomb right in the face of him, and he's going to spray down both players following. was such a huge lead here for ESC, and it kind of got snuffed away at the end. And I think Chopley is aware. I think they might realize someone's up there. Rallen will pick up the kill. Struxy with the grenade out. Not that many bullets left for Rallen. He's going to have to go for it. He's picked up an AK as well. 13 health left on Struxy. Rallen coming around the corner. There's time. He's going to get the kill as well. And that is going to be enough time for the defuse. There really should be here. Rallen with a double kill. Looked like ESC should have won that way earlier, but they pulled it through at the end. And I think he's going to get in the last second here. So that's a big round. That was a turnaround.
It was, but it was a turnaround that should never have happened. So when he went in towards the A site, the 4 players charging B was still like 2 or 3 seconds behind where they needed to be at that point. So it was obvious that there was no one following him in. And then from here, Zero gets those 2 big hills that he had no right to get, but just hit with some vengeance. And yeah, not around for the memory. Let's put it that way.
Oh man, and that puts ESC back in control of an AWP. Finally, they can actually afford to pick up this weapon. So that is such a big deal, especially as Planetkey's also partly ecoing here. Chopley's just even out the money by buying an AK, in fact. So that's not too bad on his part. And he's going to go down without doing anything, though. Innocent hiding at the edge of the smoke and just using that to his advantage.
Okay, Innocent's had a hell of a past 3 rounds on the board. By my guess, he's up to 5 in the last 3. Rallen's nade is right on the money there and follows up. And Innocent helps himself to his second frag of the round as well. And Planetkey are in a 2-on-5, which Stavros quickly makes a 2-on-4, but they're in a real pickle now, as this will surely go to 12-12. And what just 2 rounds ago was looking like, wow, they're going to do this, is now right back where you might expect it to be.
Planetkey's economy is not exactly great. They could buy up on 3 players, and 2 of them wouldn't be able to buy. Is it worth the risk at this point? Well, to figure that out, we're going to have to look at ESC's economy, which is actually what's really going to decide it here. And Rallen and Innocent do have a lot of money. They're going to spend a little bit off of here. Planetkey currently discussing, and the outcome of that vote is, yes, we are going to go for the buy here. We feel like ESC is within eco range. And if we let them get away with an eco round here, they're going to start to build a really good bank, and at that point we'll have to win 2 or 3 rounds in a row. So they just rather win this one and then be back on track potentially. They're actually rushing quite quickly over here, and I'm kind of hoping they're going to go for a B rush. It's a lot of fun, this smoke. We should definitely follow it. I think it's going to be a bit of a fake smoke. Essentially, it's going to suggest maybe someone might be coming middle, and they're hoping maybe that one of these 2 people holding over by the truck is going to change it up. So we'll see.
Whilst we wait on this smoke, which does lead over there. Interesting point of the AWP. Reverse frag will come in from that AWP that you called, Anders. As Zero gets that, it'll be another one following up as well. And that AWP has combined to dispatch of some 3 players. He went down in the end, but he's done his job. And he can look at Stavros as just 17 points of health as well. They're in the driving seat for this round. And we'll see how quick and effective that rotation can be. It's somewhat been spotted now that they're not going to push in towards B, though.
It definitely should have been. So the big question here is whether or not that remaining player in Mouse is going to be able to make a difference. And if he catches one guy with apartments, and he's on 17 health, Stavros, this is like a free kill essentially. There it is, a little bit slow on the draw, but he's going to get the kill. And now that 1-on-3 for Strux is very nearly impossible. It's not like he can get the bomb down or anything like that. He's just going to get caught by Innocent. So yes, that AWP making a big difference in the B-bomb side.
Yeah. Now, interestingly, in the scoreboard we had up a moment ago, the split that you called at halftime between top and bottom player was 5 on both teams. They still had it, and you can see it's dropped, in fact, down to 2 now, as Zero with those 3 frags has climbed all the way back up. It's a tight game, everyone pulling their weight.
Yeah, this actually really rarely happens. This is kind of remarkable that we're so close, and we're just at the end stages here of the second half. Obviously, if you lose, you are out of the tournament. If you win, you're going to play an IP, so things are only going to get a little bit tougher here. As Manias is going to spray down a bunch of people here. He's got the M4. Oh, there's a team kill involved as well. Not the ideal situation, and then Zero will clean up the rest with a stunning triple kill there. And no issue at all. The fact that they got a team kill not going to help them, but luckily, Valve have changed the way it works. Previously, it was minus $3,300 if you killed a teammate. Now it's just minus $300, and that's a really good change because that is devastating, losing that much money in an eco round, where you're supposed to be saving money.
Something suggests that you kill a lot of your teammates, Anders.
It happens. Just depends on what mood I'm in, you know. I'm playing with Semler maybe a little bit.
Yeah, we'll ask Semler for his opinion on that, how often that happens.
Finally, an aggressive push actually coming out here from ESC, and they get a straight headshot, and then they're going to pull back and play it safely, which is also a very reasonable idea.
Well, in this kind of fourth quarter, if you will, or the second half of the second half, they've had a great variety of defensive tactics that have offered them a lot, and that's been attributed to the fact that they've won the second half here and are now looking to close out the game. But Planetkey have proven that their success came from rushing A. Their success came from getting in, getting the bomb down, and defending it thereafter, which is a tactic they've diverted away from. Going B just hasn't worked for them. Zero's had their number every time, and this slow road through the middle just isn't bearing fruit either. So they're going to come out of this one with 3 rounds that they must win. Well, I'll ask you for your opinion on which is the best route for them to take.
Well, the one thing they have going for them, and this is not much of a silver lining, but if there is one, is that they've now lost 5 in a row. This is going to be the 5th round, so their round loss bonus is stepping it up, and I always mention the round loss bonus because it's kind of how the economy of this game works. It does make a big difference. So Planetkey can I think they can buy on maybe 1 or 2 people with an AK, rest they're probably going to have Galils, and I'm not sure what the right route is here. There are some really cool and pretty elaborate strats you can run on this map, but they require a lot of coordination, and they're not easy. I think the most exciting one that I can think of is one where you end up smoking off connector, you end up smoking off the window, and then you rush through catwalk into the B bomb site, and maybe you have 1 or 2 people coming out of the B apartments, or maybe preferably just 1 and then 4 people through the middle. It's a very hard rush to make work, because if you mistime it just for a second, it's all gone. So I don't think Planetkey are going to go for it. In fact, they're just going to go back to playing a normal A push here.
Push not rush being the key word as they line up their nades and will follow them in. And here we go, Planetkey, last chance saloon. Troubly and Alex R get themselves frags number 1, 2. Next follows up with the 3rd, and this is exactly what the German doctor ordered for them. Only Zero and Manais to come over from that B site and try to reclaim. Interestingly, the bomb hasn't made its way over towards that site just yet, and Manais is all does dispatch of man number 1, and the bomb is tossed over, and there's Zero with 2 of his own. Manais has been picked off, but Zero's capable of doing this on his own if he wanted to. And he will decide against it, but he will come back in. Go for that first, gets himself the frag onto Alex R. 1 versus 1 to save the round and win the match. Zero versus Troubly. Troubly keeps Planetkey right in the thick of things, but Zero making a real game of that one.
I would say an almost criminal lack of focus on the Planetkey team, as they got 3 entry frags and we're in a 5-on-2, and they almost lost it. That just cannot happen. Not at this level. That's the only time that should happen in a tournament for Planetkey, assuming that they can make this overtime. Now, look at ESC though. Stuart, I mean, they do have a lot of money, but this is almost greed, isn't it? 2 AWPs and an auto sniper and all the grenades. They want to make sure this doesn't end in overtime. And actually, this investment is kind of costly for them. If they don't make this work, they won't have that much money going into the final round, and that's going to be a little tricky.
Yeah.
Oh, they are going in right here, and it's going to be in the corner. Mouse waiting, trying to get sprayed down through, but they're opening up so great. Rallen with the auto sniper as well. He's going to pick up 3 kills in a row, and finally Mouse will finish it. So the investment, it worked perfectly. I mean,